In this video, we'll talk a little bit about the preparation for the expert elicitation. What you're seeing here is the agenda that was used for the 3 days to prepare the experts for the elicitation. All names have been removed from this agenda. Otherwise, it is pretty much as people experienced it. The process began on a Monday with a field trip. The field trip provided all the experts an opportunity to see Brandon Road Lock and Dam and to spend some extensive time on site with experts. So you can see the agenda for the field trip here. The team of experts returned to district offices. They were provided with an overview of the expert elicitation process, and then you see the agenda items here. I'm not going to read each. I will pause so that you can read through them briefly, at least to the extent that you're interested in doing so. But what I would like you to understand is that this was a very technical and very thoroughly prepared discussion and program for the experts. So, for example, this Fluegg model presentation, there was an expert who presented these model results, the person who was working with this model. It gave the experts an opportunity to ask questions of the expert who did this, and so it provided them with a very unique opportunity to become aware of the latest efforts and the latest research on Asian carp. The second day began with a discussion of barge entrainment, and once again you can see the range of discussions. Let's pick the electric disposal barrier presentation here. Experts from the Corps came and provided a detailed explanation of the way the electric barrier is located, the way it is operated, and the telemetry data that have been gathered over the years with this. And that discussion was followed with a survey of our experts to find out what they felt were the most important things to consider when thinking about the efficacy of the barrier. And this is something that we did in each of these discussion topics. After it was over, we would ask the experts, what are the most important things that you heard here? We made a list of those things so that when each expert would do their individual elicitations, we could read them back and help refresh in their minds the types of things that everyone working and speaking together felt were the most important things to consider. So again, you see the agenda for day 2, and then the third day came again with a very thorough day. So the experts sat through this 3-day meeting so that they could share views, they could hear the latest information, they would have opportunity to talk to people, usually face to face, but sometimes remotely. And this is what was done in order to prepare people for the elicitation. It gave us plenty of opportunity to raise and identify issues, to clarify terms, and to make assumptions that were going to be necessary for everyone to proceed with the individual elicitations. After this 3-day workshop, individual elicitations were held. That included 3 people from the Glmris team and 1 expert. On the Thursday and Friday of this week, the Asian carp elicitations were held in person for all but a couple of experts who had to follow up with a elicitation online. The Scud, which is not really part of our discussion here but was handled in a very similar way, was handled a little bit differently. There was a 2-day meeting instead of a 3-day meeting, and all of the elicitations were handled online.